Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Random Hunts in Monster Hunter World. It is currently part 39 for my video series, and it is the 27th of, I guess, February, 2018. I don't know why I had to take into consideration the month. You'd think I'd have the month of the year down a little bit more solidly than the day, but apparently not. It's in reverse for me, which means that my priorities are absolutely skewed, and I need to reconsider my life. But, either way, I have not actually been playing this game quite as much recently because I do have other things that I want to do with my spare time, but I still have been playing it every now and again, and mostly with the people that I recorded the Hunting with Friends compilation video before. Those are the guys, once again, that I usually play with, and it seems that I don't really play this game unless I'm playing it with them these days. Whereas before then, like for the first 2 weeks of its release, I was just playing it pretty much whenever I had a spare chance, and that wasn't always with them. But things have changed. I'm not really playing it as much. Actually, there might be a little bit of background noise with some birds, so I might go ahead and close the window against my wishes, but I'm going to do that. And I think you can hear the music that plays when Xenogeneva arrives. I don't really hear the music because I have my TV down so low. The only times where I really hear the music of this game properly are when I'm watching recordings that I've taken of the game. But anyway, I might as well show you once again what I currently have with my armor sets and my weapons, because once again it has been, I think, a little bit over a week since I last recorded, so yeah, I may as well give you an update on that. I'll show you the weapons first and foremost because there are a few that I have made in the time since I've last recorded. Let's see what I've made. I've kind of started with the what's it called, the Duratotus longsword, and it's probably not going to be a while until I actually complete it because it does require a Wyvern gem. I've been consuming so many of them so far. I think I've used maybe 6 or 7 so far, and I'm not even that far through the game, really, I don't think, but I have made a decent number of weapons. Every single Waterpath weapon will require a Wyvern gem simply because nothing that is used as materials for the Wyvern path will have a monster that has its own gem, so therefore a Wyvern gem will be used in place of that. In terms of other things, I do have the Lightning Blitz here. That is the fully upgraded Lightning Path bowgun. It's not referred to as the Tobikadachi light bowgun or anything like that, and you can tell that it's not, it doesn't have the correct appearance to be such a weapon, but you can see that it is lightning based, so it will use Tobikadachi stuff. It rapid fires lightning, so it's kind of like my lightning elemental bowgun. I have been getting into elemental bowguns as of late, and I do have an armor set worked out for all of the elemental bowguns, and the way in which that works is that I can pretty much gem in the elemental attack up that I need, and when I say elemental attack up, I mean more specifically like thunder attack, fire attack. I can gem in whatever I need through decorations, so yeah, I'll show you that in a moment. But I also have Daoro's Hornet. This was an absolute nightmare to get, because trying to break the head on the Kushala Daora is, yeah, it's not fun. You really need to have a proper team with you to manage it, and it's not always that easy to get a proper team with you. And I did end up making a Part Breaker level 3 set just to help me get this crap. The issue was definitely not in getting the, what is it called, the gem required for this weapon, not even remotely, because I have 4 gems now, despite how many I've actually consumed for the Kushala Daora. I think I consumed one for an armor piece, I consumed one for this great sword here, I've also consumed one for this weapon here, the light bowgun, which does rapid fire ice. That's going to be my ice element bowgun. So I'm absolutely swimming in Daora gems, but as far as I know, they end up getting used pretty easily through augmentations and things like that. So I really don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, outside of that, I think that's it for the weapons. So I may as well show. Oh no, there was one more weapon. It was this heavy bowgun here, the Chrome Assault. I'm using that as my non-elemental pierce bowgun, and the way in which that works is that I do have an armor set that is dedicated to that weapon specifically, and I will show you that. I have these sets here. This is my regular bow set. It's not really the best bow set. It kind of capitalizes on Dragon Pierce, but it also works as a normal sort of bow in the way that it does have focus to help me charge that a little bit faster, but I'm hearing mixed reviews of the focus skill from people who actually give a shit about how the game works. I don't really care quite so much as I did in previous games, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm becoming more and more casual the more I play the Monster Hunter series, which isn't a surprise because only like a week before this game's release I was completely not enamoured with the idea of even having this game come out. But anyway, I did do a U-turn on that, as many of you may know. So it's not a surprise, long story short, that I'm still rather casual as we go through this game now. But yeah, here is the Pierce Heavy Bowgun here. You can see the skills, attack boost, I can't even speak English apparently. Attack boost level 3, weakness exploit level 3, evade extended level 3. Because it is a heavy bowgun, I am interested in being able to get out of the way of the monsters more easily. You have windproof level 2, which is just from the... what is it from actually? I think it's from the Rathalos. I thought it was Kushala, but I don't think it is Kushala. Either way, I do have Agitator level 2 as well. Piercing shots, because of course is a piercing set. I have 1 level of critical boost, and Jump Master, which is also from the Kodachi set. No, I guess Windproof was from the Kushala Greaves. It must be. I need to check this briefly, guys, because this is bothering me. I was looking at it before and I was like, no, it wasn't Kushala, but it has to be. There's nothing else it could have been. Oh, shit. No, it's only Evade Extender. What has... Okay, so it is Rathalos. I was correct after all. Alright, well there you go. But those are the skills more or less, and you've got non-elemental boost there. And I wasn't too sure whether or not non-elemental boost would actually work with a gun that could possibly shoot elemental shots. I decided just in case it didn't do such a thing, I would just make a bowgun that couldn't shoot elemental shots, and that was the Chrome Assault. That was the best one that I could get for pierce shots. I guess technically the Diablos heavy bowgun also works for pierce shots, but as far as I know, crouch shot does not actually exist in this game, so I'm not too sure what the benefit of actually using the Black Diablos heavy bowgun for pierce would actually be at this point. So yeah, I mean, unless you are really down for getting rid of the negative affinity, then that's always nice, I guess, but I really don't think I'm going to be using that. I didn't even use it in 3 Ultimate, to be honest with you, and I was ranked in the mid-300s in the Hunter ranks, and I didn't even make the bowguns, so yeah, that shows you how little I cared for that style of play with crouch fire. I'm not a fan. There's some great background noise right now, I hope you can't hear it, but anyway, I don't even know what it is. I think it's the water system. But I'll show you my elemental gun set, and I might actually be using that for this recording, maybe, we'll see. But it is attack boost level 7, the elemental attack that is respective to the weapon, ammo up level 3, weakness exploit level 3, critical boost level 1, and you can see it has the level 2 Rathalos mastery, which is critical element. That's very important. I heard that critical boost is not actually helping very much, because a friend of mine, Sam, you saw him in the Hunting with Friends compilation, he was making his own elemental bowgun set the day after I made mine, completely unrelated to each other, by the way. We just happened to do it around the same time. But he was testing out the damage output that he had with and without critical boost, and because elemental shots don't actually have too much physical damage, the critical boost there isn't actually helping so much with his damage output as far as I can tell. So I did actually achieve this through a critical boost charm. That's how I got the single level of it. So I might be able to swap that out for something better. Who knows? Something that's going to get me more damage. I'm thinking possibly Agitator, because that not only gives me more physical attack, but will also give me more affinity overall that critical element will be able to take use of, in the sense that it will give elemental criticals rather than physical criticals. But it seems that increasing the physical damage of the weapon itself through boosting the attack value does make some level of difference. I sound like I really give a damn about this game, don't I, when I say that, but I don't. I really don't care. But, you know, I feel that other people are going to judge me if I don't care to a degree, so yeah, that's my 2 cents. But either way, I don't want to be completely ineffectual with my armor sets, if you understand. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fight not an Uragan, an Azure Rathalos. We're going to see what's going on here, see if we can get an investigation. I do need some materials for, what's it called, the Rathalos light bowgun, because I am still making the elemental bowgun sets as we speak, and yeah, I do need to kill some Azure Rathalos for the last part of the path. The good thing in this game is that you can actually look ahead to what you'll need in the future as you upgrade the bowgun, or, well, the bowgun, as if that's the only thing you'd ever upgrade. I mean, just the weapon in general. When you look at the forging, if you look in the tree, you will be able to see what you need ahead of time, so you don't actually have to look online. In that way, it makes a lot more sense to, I guess, fight monsters ahead of time as well. And so that's what I'm doing here. I still need to upgrade to the second path, I think, of the Rathalos light bowgun, but that's okay. Or not really second path, but rather the second level of the Rathalos light bowgun path. But anyway, oh god, I have a weird thing in my throat. I feel like there's I'm not going to describe it actually, it's a bit gross. No, I will, because now you're interested. It's a bit mucusy and it's a bit, I don't know, it doesn't feel too great. But anyway, I guess I've kicked something up by talking too much. But either way, let's not go into any more details. I only relinquished those details from my mind because I'm sure you were curious. But anyway, got a drunk wingdrake here. I did not actually stock up on thunder ammo because I'm an idiot. So basically, I'm going to be praying that I do have it in the box. I don't know if I do. If I don't, we're fucked. Long story short, we are seriously fucked. So the fact that I'm even able to access my box in-game is just amazing. But this is not looking hopeful. This is not looking hopeful. I'm not seeing any thunder shots here. This is, wow. What a quest this is going to be, my friends. I do have thunderbugs. There you go. I'm going to do that. I don't even know what is used to combine for that, now that I think about it. Can I... What is it? Normal ammo 1. There you go. So how many shots is that going to create? At 60. Beautiful. So I wasted some thunderbugs for that purpose, but you know what? It's worth it because I don't want to be completely ineffectual in this fight, because of course this set is going to be capitalizing heavily on elemental shots, so if I can't even shoot elemental shots, it's going to be a bit sad. I don't have combinations for thunder shots in my item list ordinarily, or rather in my inventory, I should say, because I'm not really rolling in combination materials for thunder shots. As you could see, I only had 26 thunderbugs, and the reason for that is because I have been extremely lazy with my optional quests, and therefore I only have one slot in the, I guess, the farm harvest sort of thing. I don't really want to call it a farm, but you know what I mean when I say that. Pretty much the item duplication thing that exists in this game that allows you to make stuff. But yeah, I only have one slot there. I think you can get 3 in total. So I need to do some quests, and I really should stop, I guess, holding off on doing that. I don't know why I'm not doing that. But yeah, I should do that soon. But that's one of the contributing reasons as to why I don't really have many combination materials for certain shots. I just haven't really had a reason to make thunder bugs, yeah. But yeah, now I do have a reason, so I suppose I'll have to really get my farm on the go. Once again, I can't remember the name of it. It's not farm. Don't know why I'm saying farm. But anyway, the best way to look at things... Oh, is this going to be a capture? Yeah, that was extremely fast. That was a very fast quest indeed. But, yeah, I'm not complaining. Not at all. May as well carve this Gastodon while I have the time. But yeah, what was I going to say? Damn, I was going to say something. I think it had something to do with the harvest. No, maybe not. Oh yes, that's what I was going to say about the... I remember what I was going to say. It was regarding the rapid fire of the Thundershot. The best way to look at it, as far as... Oh, I didn't get shit. Because the quest detected that I didn't really help out in the quest at all. That's sad. But anyway, I really didn't help out at all, and that guy got all of the, I guess, highlights. I'll see you guys in the next quest. I'll continue explaining what I was trying to explain there in the next quest. See you guys there. Alright, so we're in our next quest, and this is actually in the Ancient Forest. I don't think I've fought a Azure Rathalos in the Ancient Forest for quite a while. But either way, what I was actually wanting to talk about in regards to rapid fire shots in the previous quest before things ended abruptly. And not in a bad way. We actually did succeed in the quest. We didn't fail it immediately, which is a much better scenario. But either way, yeah, the interesting thing with rapid shots, and I think it should be mentioned, because now we can see damage numbers, it should be treated when you're seeing the numbers. You shouldn't look at the numbers and what they're dealing individually, because it will be less. You need to remember that you're only shooting one single shot overall in rapid fire, so those individual hits, they should be combined to form one number. So let's say each individual shot is doing around 20 damage. You could be doing something between 60 and 70 damage with one full shot that is fired out of the list of 60 for thunder ammo, but it's divided up into 3 separate hit amounts. So it will be less for each individual one. So the thing is, with these damage numbers that actually appear, if you're doing something like rapid fire, because you're actually looking at smaller numbers, you can be under the misconception that you're doing less damage overall, but you have to remember that this has always been the nature of rapid fire. You're always doing less powerful damages. What am I on about? Less powerful shots with each individual rapid fire, but when you would actually add up the damage numbers, you were overall doing more damage with a single shot. It would always end up that way. If you, let's say you shot 3 and you missed 1, I think that would end up in previous games dealing less damage than shooting one single shot non-rapid fire. That's what I think. But I don't know how it is in this game. I would assume it's more or less the same. But either way, now that once again the damage numbers are appearing, it's good to take note of that fact. See, I was doing 6s there. You would have automatically assumed that that was crap damage, but that was 3 6s. That's 18 damage right there. So you wouldn't think that I just did 18 damage with a single shot, because you're looking at these damage numbers, you don't really consider it, because you're thinking, oh, I'm getting 6s, this is crap. But actually, you're doing alright damage. Like, that's 18 damage on a spot that's not weak at all. So I was very lucky to move out of there, because someone... Was that 2 cards in such a short space of time? Fuck me dead, guys. It's just an Azure Rathalos. I mean, I know it's awful, I hate Azure, but I guess this is my fault for choosing an optional quest. I wasn't actually... Jesus! What is he doing? Alright, well, what's going on here? What am I doing? What are you doing? Am I sleeping? Wait. No? What is... Yeah, I am sleeping. I could only barely see the bubbles there, but these fucking Gajalakas are messing me up. You'd think the Rathalos was a threat to the Gajalakas, and maybe they'd understand that we're actually trying to fight the Rathalos, not them, but apparently not. Damn it. I managed to get out of the way of that, fortunately. But yeah, just overall, rapid fire is doing more damage than it may look at first glance. It's just one thing that you need to remember, that it's actually doing... It's only consuming one single shot for that whole period of rapid fire, so you're actually being quite conservative with your ammo consumption versus the damage output, so... Yeah. I'm not going to go into any more details about that. It's just that the reason why I do mention it is because that was my first impression as well. I was thinking, this isn't doing too much damage, but then I remembered, hold on, that's just how rapid fire has always worked. It's just, now that I'm seeing damage numbers, I'm getting a little confused. But yeah, anyway. What are you doing, Rathalos? You seem very upset. You can see he's just, I guess he's exhausted. Yeah, there you go. Anyway. I should really be aiming for the weak point a little bit more, because of course this set does capitalise on weakness exploit. That's where most of my affinity is coming from at the moment, so I really should be aiming for weak points. Need to get out of the way of that. That is a Rathian. Of course, Rathian does invade your Rathalos hunts in the Ancient Forest quite a lot. That's why I hate hunting the Rathalos and his subspecies in the Ancient Forest, because you always end up getting messed up by a Rathian. And of course, they often just meet, no matter how many times you dung bomb anyone, like they will always, within the next 3 to 5 minutes of the quest, end up in the same room together once again. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. The Ancient Forest in general is very annoying to fight a Rathalos in, because Rathalos will fly off, right? and it'll take you like 2 minutes to get back to where he is. Now, that's not fun. That sort of monster tracking is not fun. Here we go. Here's a good demonstration of it. Looks like he's actually not going to go too far this time. That's lucky. It's very lucky. But it's going to be far enough where it'll be slightly inconveniencing. But compared to how far he can go normally, or rather in other situations in the Ancient Forest, this is very good. This is like phenomenally good. This is as good as it gets, my friends. May as well pick up this Rathian material. Where are you going? Stop flying around, man. I hate that tracking. I really hate that tracking. Don't you combo me. I swear to Christ. Alright, you do that, mate. So, get my Mega Potions on the go. God! I really do hate the Rathalos monsters, though. I cannot stand them in this game. There's something about their tracking, the way they fly in the air and just mess you up with their claw attacks. Pretty much every single person, I mean, I always complain about Rathalos in this game to other people. And the only time I've ever heard anyone say, oh, he's fine, is when they go, oh, he's so easy with flash bombs. It's like, oh, no shit. Everything's easy with flash bombs. It's just you think to use flash bombs on the Rathalos because he's always flying. Everything's easy with flash bombs. It's not really doing anyone any good by saying that a monster's easy under those circumstances. It's like, yeah, obviously. It's like saying, yeah, the monster's easy in a trap. It's like, yeah, it's because you're not fighting it normally. You're changing the circumstances. And then your response would probably be, well, Doomlink, just use a flash bomb then. It's like, no. I've never really used flash bombs, to be honest with you. Like, it's not a part of my gameplay. I consider it to be an additional task to do where I would rather just play the game normally, you know. And that would bother some people. That would be difficult for some people to understand, but I've never really made it a point to use things like flash bombs. Even sonic bombs, I'm a little bit crap with using consistently, only because I just don't make it a habit to bring certain bombs like that into quests, like throwable bombs, so I often forget to bring sonic bombs for quests like Diablos. But for instance, the best example that I can make is that in Freedom Unite I would always bring sonic bombs for Plesioth quests. That's probably the only time where I've ever consistently brought sonic bombs into a quest, so yeah. And I guess Cephalos as well. Yeah, I did always... Oh, Cephadrome, I should say. Because I really hated having to wait for the thing to pop out of the sand. But anyway, just doing sticky on the head here. Because that might do something or other. That's going to explode in his face. Well, it would explode while stuck on the Rathalos' head, and I was hoping that would also deal damage to the Anjanath. But I don't think it did in the end, which kind of sucks. For a second I thought I had achieved KO, but that was just a regular trip. Oh, fuck off, Anjanath. Honestly. I get it, you have a furry tail. And you're also a discount Glavenus, but please, get out of my way. There we go. I thought that was another trip, but anyway. Oh, I should be shooting paralysis. I completely forgot about that. Where are you flying to now? If it's away from the Anjanath, then I will not complain. I should pick up this Rathalos material. But yeah, after this quest, that will probably be enough for this video. This has actually been a rather long video. I apologise for you people who do not really have the time to watch a 30-minute long video, but yeah, this is going to be a 30-minute long video, so yeah, that's the nature of it. I guess I really should try to tone down my long introductions where I'm like updating you on what I have. That's a very pretty bug. Look at that. That's very nice. Either way, I had to take a moment to look at that bug. It was very nice. But yeah, I really should try and cut down with those long introductions where I'm like updating you on what I have. I don't think it's very good for entertainment. I did always in my Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate recordings try to be straight in a hunt, because I knew that that is what would be best for keeping you guys entertained. If I'm going straight into a hunt, that's less time spent for you guys actually waiting for something entertaining to happen on the screen. So for that reason, I think you guys would prefer the same thing in this game, so that's what I'm going to do after today. 39 was the last part where I was doing it. That's what I've decided. I'm going to use slicing on the head simply because, as far as I know, the recent updating recent updating? It's because I was going to say slicing, but anyway. The recent update to slicing, not updating to slice, is that it doesn't actually mess people up anymore, which is quite good. Gives me more incentive to use it, because that was one of the reasons why I stopped using it at one point. It's because I kept on seeing people getting thrown away from the monster whenever they tried to get close, and that really made me want to change my, I guess, approach, and that ended up being the spread heavy bowgun. And I think that was part 34 where I did that. I talked about how I had the Toby Kadachi heavy bowgun, and I didn't really want to use it anymore because of slicing messing people up, so I moved on to spread, which was very interesting. I still need to get back into spread. I have not returned to it since I got into late high rank. I'm sure it's still very fun. God fucking damn it. What I hate about that is that Rathalos is just flying around as normal. He's just chilling out. But then, all of a sudden, you're poisoned and you've been thrown back. It's just, he comes out of nowhere with these fucking claw attacks, and they track you so well. They track you so well. I want to kind of aim for the head with this slicing. I want to do maximum damage, because of course slicing has been nerfed. For those of you who are not aware, I'm sure most of you are aware, but maybe for those of you who aren't actually playing this game, and I'm sure there are some of you who aren't, because those of you who don't own a PS4 probably can't really justify a PlayStation 4 purchase for this game, like I did. I told myself I wouldn't do it, purely for the fact that I have bought so many consoles just for the Monster Hunter series, but I guess I can't help it. I've put plenty of hours into this game already, not as many as some. I think one person who I have been playing with these days has put in 300 hours so far, and the game has only been out for like a month, so it's kind of crazy. I've only put in about 160 so far. So yeah, I mean, I've already made back the time investment that, well, I've already made back money through time spent, if that makes any sense, which it doesn't actually, but you know what I'm trying to say when I say that. It's paid for itself, and it's going to continue paying for itself. But then you have other people who perhaps didn't have to buy this console specifically for this game, who have played it like 200 hours more than I have, so it's kind of funny. Either way, I remember someone who I was playing with before ended up in an SOS quest with someone who was Hunter rank 170 like 4 days ago. And that's insane. That's an insane thought. There are people who played this game that much, and they probably should stop. I don't know. But anyway. No, I shouldn't say that they should stop. It's just hard to imagine how someone can be that heavily invested in this game. I think there are a lot of other good things that you can spend your time doing in your life, but whatever. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. For me personally, I have a lot of things that I like to do with my time, so I can't really justify spending that much time on one single thing, using my free time. So that's why I haven't really been playing it quite so much these days, because of course I did play it pretty hard for the first 2 weeks, so I really should have just fucking walked to a camp. That's what I can't do it because these fucking Jagras are in the area. God damn it. I really do hate that. How you can't actually fast travel in combat. These guys are actually manually going there, which is really dumb of them. The reason why I didn't was because... yeah, oh god. Never mind, they're not being dumb. They're actually going to the higher levels. I was quick to write them off there. Oh great. Got the fucking cicadas outside. Really good. You know, there was a period of 2 days where it was raining, and so therefore no cicadas. It's a beautiful thing not to have cicadas going all fucking day, loudly, and also sabotaging my fucking video recordings. I really do not like the cicadas at all. This has dragged on pretty far, like this video, or dragged on for a long time. I might collect this mushroom. Not only because it's sparkling, but also because field research. I do have a bounty for it currently. And I would like to complete it at some point. Because at this stage I'm not really collecting mushrooms, so I'm a bit worried that it's just going to be one of those bounties where bounties where I'll actually forget about it. I apologise for my poor speech as of late. I did just wake up, sort of. I woke up and the first thing I did was I came on here and recorded, so that would probably explain why my articulation is quite poor at this stage. I will actually get my staples down. Can you not? I'm going to staple the head. Can you... Some people are just fucking clueless. Like, why would you even have that be the wake-up head? That's not even... Fuck me dead. Sometimes I wonder about people online. I really do wonder about them. It's fucking clueless. Anyway, I find it occasionally, not all the time. You know, I think when the demo was out, a lot of people were complaining about how players online were so awful. But, you know, I haven't really been having that issue so much, personally. But sometimes, fuck, you're just like, what are you doing? You just can't help it. You can't help but wonder what the fuck some people are doing. But anyway. Going to shoot some poison on you. Watching for when it becomes effective. God, it's still resistant. Maybe he is resistant to poison. Any time now. This is poison level 2, keep in mind. Jesus, I've put a lot into him there. Maybe someone's got a poison weapon here. It's on now, and you can see he's only taking 10 damage from it, so... I won't actually go for a paralysis, because I put all of my paralysis level 2 into him and he resisted it, so maybe there has been a paralysis already. Guess I'll put in Pierce level 2, which isn't too bad. Either way, hopefully the quest will be ending soon. I'm getting sick of it, so I can imagine you guys are sick of it by now. If you're not, then that works out, I suppose, but, yeah. I only need a few carapaces from the Azure, and also a Rathalos gem. I did end up consuming my Rathalos gem for the critical jewel that I think I'm actually going to swap out of my fucking elemental gun set. Which is ironic, but, anyway. I think that was my last Rathalos jewel anyway. Maybe I used it for something else. I can't really recall. No, it wasn't. I used my last one on something else. I just can't remember what it was. I used my last Rathian jewel on... Oh, Rathian jewel. Rathian gem, I should say. That's really confusing. But I did use the last Rathian gem on the critical boost jewel, so... Or charm. I should call it a charm. Anyway. Doesn't matter. Well, it does matter because you guys are probably confused. The pinning here, I'm not too against the pinning. You just have to kind of sit back and let him throw you. Oh. Now that scenario is the unideal scenario where he actually throws you off something. Now that is frustrating. Fuck me. I just don't want him to follow me. He will probably follow me because he's an idiot. But anyway. Why has it taken this long, by the way? To kill this fucking Rathalos. What's going on? Fucking hell. Obviously this team isn't the best. Well, based on that wake up, obviously it's not the best team, but anyway. I hardly got a chance to capitalise on those staples that I put down. Which kind of sucks, but anyway. Don't you fly away. Into the ground, of course, thank you. Parts broken. Can you just fucking die, please? I'm so sick of fighting you at this stage. Fuck else. I do absolutely hate this monster, though. No, not the capture net. Are you having a laugh, mate? Fuck. I did just remember, by the way, that we are one feint away from failing this quest because it was a double cart very early on. So that would suck a lot if we actually... If someone died at this stage. Scary thought. I don't really have the time to get myself well aimed here. Because of course the ideal scenario is to line up with the body with the head as the first hit point. There you go. Fuck that quest. That's 30 minutes for one single Rathalos. That's unfathomably poor. I'm sure. What is that guy wearing? Some DLC armor, I would imagine. Probably from the Street Fighter DLC, but anyway. Or some kind, whatever it is. I think there was a Street Fighter event or whatever, but it looks so ridiculous. I don't like crossover stuff in the Monster Hunter series. It's like, what the fuck are you wearing? You look ridiculous. But anyway, just in the context of this game, it looks very poor. But anyway, I will double check to see who is in this quest. No, fuck. Playlist, here we go. Who's using what? So we've got these people. Inspect equipment. What do we got? So that's Rarity 3. That explains a lot. And... oh, that's alright. It's mainly this Rarity 3 guy. He's doing good damage, yeah. Alright. It's mainly Mr. Rarity 3. And whoever was cutting twice. Oh, God. Fuck. Just stretching. But either way, that was that hunt finished. I think I have all of the carapaces I needed. Now I just need the gem. Either way, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you guys in part 40 for my Random Hunt series in Monster Hunter World. Catch you guys then.